Today I'm going to be reviewing this, which is the Nike Vomero Plus after I have finally racked up 100 kilometers in them. A month or so ago I did a first impressions video, but at that time I wasn't really able to run because I had an ankle ligament injury, but now I am back running and I've had a chance to put a few weeks through the Vomero Plus, so I'm here to tell you what I think. The Nike Vomero Plus is Nike's new max stack running shoe, replacing the Nike Invincible range, which fell victim to Nike's new running trainer product alignment into Pegasus, Structure and Vomero ranges. The Vomero Plus costs £155 here in the UK, $180 in the US and €170 in Europe, which in the UK is an actual price reduction of £20 compared to the launch price of the outgoing Nike Invincible 3. They have a massive 45mm heel stack height and 35mm toe stack height, resulting in a 10mm drop, which is a 1mm increase on the Nike Invincible 3. Like the Invincible range, the Vomero Plus is a full stack of Zoom X foam compared to the Zoom X and React X combination that was found on the Icon shoe and slightly cheaper Vomero 18. The upper is made from an engineered dual layered mesh that Nike seem to be liking at the moment. Both my Trail Ultrafly 1s and my Zoom Fly 6s also both have a dual layered mesh. They also have a really nicely padded tongue and heel collar, which is more of a throwback I found to the Invincible 1 and 2 than the more stripped back Invincible 3. They are about 6% lighter than the Invincible 3, with my original UK 13 pair weighing in at 379 grams compared to 403 grams of the Invincible 3. The outsole is quite reminiscent of the Invincibles, with a waffle-like design with a lot of rubber coverage with a few cutouts. That's some top-line stats about the Vomero Plus, so let's get on with talking about how I found them. But before I do that, if you are enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. This channel has grown a lot in 2025, nearly tripling my subscriber base, but YouTube tells me that 94% of viewers of my videos in the last month aren't subscribed, so it would mean a lot if you could hit that subscribe button, which helps me buy more trainers and other products to review. So let's get back to the review. Firstly, I found the Vomero Plus to run quite large to size. I'm a UK 13 in pretty much every Nike running shoe I've ever had, going back to the Structure 20s, including the Invincible 1, 2 and 3, but the UK 13 felt too large in the Vomero Plus, so I swapped them for a UK 12, and this definitely feels like the right decision, with these feeling like a much better fit. They are very comfortable on the foot, with the padded heel collar and tongue giving a really plush fit. I have a slight gripe with the bottom of the tongue where it connects to the toe box feeling unfinished, which is similar to the Invincible 3, but unlike the Invincible 3, this so far hasn't caused me any comfort or hotspot issues, so fingers crossed it continues that way. My only other quality issue is with this thin elastic thread that makes up the lace loops. On my returned UK 13 pair, they arrived damaged with this thread already broken. Fortunately, this isn't the case on my UK 12s and they have survived the first 100 kilometers or so, so fingers crossed they stay that way. But I would much rather the lace loops being part of the actual shoe. Out on runs, the Vomero Plus feels much more like a return to the feel of the Invincible 1 and 2 rather than the 3. I have flat arches and the Vomero Plus has given me a secure fit and my foot feels locked into the shoe, not bulging over the medial side, which was one of the major issues I had with the Invincible 3. For me, despite their high stack and soft foam, they give me a pretty high feeling of stability out on runs. My wife, who also has a pair, feels like they are more stable than the Invincible 1 and 2, but that hasn't necessarily been my takeaway from wearing them so far, but any difference is definitely marginal and they definitely feel more stable than the Invincible 3. Most of my runs in the Vomero Plus so far have been reasonably slow paced for me at 5:30 per kilometre plus as I return to running following my ankle injury, and I've also started a marathon training block, and I think on these slower runs is actually where this shoe excels. The fun ride feel that comes with these super cushioned high stack shoes is definitely present here on the Vomero Plus, but they aren't mushy, and the Zoom X delivers great responsiveness as well. I have mainly ran in dry conditions in the Vomero Plus so far, but I have had one wet run in them, albeit not absolutely tipping it down, and the traction of the outsole felt pretty solid, but I've always found that to be the case with this waffle-like outsole that Nike do. I've put in long runs of up to about 16k in them so far at these paces, and they give me just what I'm looking for these type of runs, which is comfort and support. I've not returned from any of my runs in them so far, feeling disappointed, but I also think that's because I've had a good feeling where they would excel based on my previous experience with the Invincible line. These are a solid daily recovery shoe, and in my marathon training block, I think these are going to get the most kilometers put through them of any shoe up to the end of the year. However, I don't feel the Vomero Plus is a do-it-all shoe for me personally. I'm less likely to reach for the Vomero Plus on runs that require some faster pacing. I wore them during a tempo session where I was doing 1 kilometer splits at around 4:35, 4:45 per kilometer, and they performed perfectly adequately. Me from 3 or 4 years ago, before I even really knew what a shoe rotation was, would have felt that they were great coming from a standard EVA foam shoe, such as the Nike Structure 22 and 24. But my UK 12s weigh in at 366 grams, and despite that being lighter than the outgoing Invincible range, they are 55 grams heavier than the Asics Superblast 2 in a comparable UK 12, and you definitely start to feel that extra weight if you are used to swapping between multiple different and lighter shoes. The Vomero Plus can do faster paced work, but my legs have felt that extra weight at the end of the session, and I also found that some of my latter session splits were possibly suffering time-wise as a result. So what are my use cases? Let's look at some of my current marathon training plan runs. On any of my easy runs or my long runs without pace targets, I've generally been reaching for the Vomero Plus without any complaints. On long runs with some pace targets, such as this 20k with some increasing pace segments, or this 25k block run, I've opted for my Superblast 2, feeling that weight saving and more nimble feeling underfoot would be a better option than the Vomero Plus. In my tempo or interval sessions, aside from trying out the Vomero Plus in one of them, I've either reached for the Superblast 2 or the lighter and more nimble Nike Pegasus Plus. I've got 2 marathons before the end of the year, Amsterdam in mid-October and Valencia in December. I'm treating Amsterdam as a very relaxed pace affair, and I'm not ruling out the Vomero Plus as my shoe for that. I've got some history wearing the Invincible 1 during my first marathon in 2023, and they looked after me really well as I trudged my way around the Gothenburg course. In Valencia in December, I'm targeting a quicker marathon, hoping for a new PB, and for that, I think the Vomero Plus is going to be a bit too heavy. So for that, I'm currently considering either the Superblast 2 from Asics or the Zoomfly 6, another shoe from Nike. So there are my thoughts and my current use cases for the Vomero Plus. To wrap up, I think Nike have come up with a really good shoe here with the Vomero Plus. They seem to have recognised some of the flaws of the Invincible 3 and have addressed them well, with a bit of a throwback to the Invincible 1 and 2, albeit with a bit more of a modern silhouette. I think I can look past the couple of gripes I mentioned earlier, such as the lazy finishing on the tongue, and hopefully the lace elastic continues to hold up. So that's it. Let me know about your experiences in the Vomero Plus if you've got them in your collection, or if you have any questions I haven't addressed in this video, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.